Hey y'all, Nikki Girl Next Door, and I want to talk about this subject a little bit for educational purposes. For a while now, folks have been talking about suppression or limitation on certain apps, but it seems that it's coming to pass. I must say allegedly, but folks are talking about it. I know of one person in particular who have been spreading awareness about it, and that's Lovely T. That's my girl. Go check out some of her videos, and she stated this is coming down the line. Now on TikTok, folks are more vocal about it, especially with the apps asking for ID and payment requirements. Y'all take a listen.
Ship is about to ruin the hell out of gaming. Rockstar is prepared to ask people for their real ID just to look at their website. Xbox says that they're going to be asking for ID as early as 2026, with a lot of developers underneath Xbox saying that this is going to make their job a lot harder. Discord is now asking for verification as well. Spotify is now asking people for their ID just to listen to fucking music. And YouTube is about to start rolling out AI to see if you're a real adult. So if you watch a bunch of kid videos and try to go watch a Dead Space lore video, they gonna ask you for your ID. This shit is so cooked that they're trying to make it to the point where you can't even buy Detroit Become Human. What the fuck? Yeah, guys, this is that bullshit, and it's starting to look like the 1900s, saying that we trying to save the kids. No, you ain't. You trying to control us. And don't even get me started on this MasterCard shit that they got going on Steam. Why the fuck do you care what I buy? This is gonna take a big hit to media in gaming as a whole, because now you have to upload your fucking ID to every single part of social media just to access shit that you could have accessed years ago, but all of a sudden they care about the kids. We are
Y'all, he never lied. On the radio station, I'm still hearing advertisements about people being aware of their kids buying fake pills online. So if the parents can't protect the kids, how can the government by requiring an ID for these apps?
YouTube will use AI to determine if people are 18 and they have to upload their ID.
What happened?
YouTube's AI will review the kind of videos you watch, the categories you watch, and how long your account has been active to determine your age. YouTube says that you're a child, then you have to upload your driver's license to prove you're an adult. You can also...
It sounds like one big data collection scheme.
I wasn't finished! It said if you don't have a driver's license, you can upload a credit card or a selfie. However, people hate this, and they're threatening to delete social media because they're saying social media apps will soon follow suit. Meaning you can expect other websites to do this as well.
What happened to being anonymous on the internet?
YouTube says they want to do ID checks to protect children. This way they can make sure children aren't watching content they shouldn't see and can assure adults are being responsible with their searches.
If we cared about protecting kids so much, these billionaires would be advocating for the release of the Epstein files.
That's not the same thing. But Australia has already banned YouTube as a whole for anyone under 16. The UK already requires age checks across all social networks.
They already have age checks in order. Plus, if I pay my ISP through my credit card, my ISP knows who I am. I don't need individual sites tracking who I am and what I'm doing.
Here's the good news. While the US hasn't federally implemented this, saying it's on the way because it started with adult sites, but now it's made its way to YouTube and social media. People are now threatening to delete social media and get off the internet forever.
I am absolutely not okay with that.
It's too late. The government is always watching 2025. You better pray your account doesn't get hacked.
Well, I know some of y'all may be familiar with this site, but it's Cornhub. You cannot get on now without verifying yourself. So that's putting an ID on the site in order for you all to view. I know some of y'all freaky tales be on there, but this is what they are referring to.
If the U.S. government starts making us upload our ID to watch anime or starts making us do any form of age verification to watch anime, I will be going back to my illegal streaming sites. I don't give a fuck. Okay? I'm gonna watch it one way or the other. Y'all not finna get in between me and my anime. And y'all not finna get in between anybody in the anime community from watching anime. We gonna watch it one way or the other. Come on now. I have 4 illegal streaming sites to watch anime. Locked and loaded. Ready to go from whenever you start pulling this bullshit. I'm telling you. Talking about some age verification to protect the kids. Y'all don't give a fuck about the damn kids. We have homelessness, hunger, poor education, plenty of shit with the kids to worry about. But y'all talking about some damn age verification. Shut the fuck up. We already know what y'all doing. It's a form of government control. That's all it is. And the government be the main ones messing with kids anyway. Y'all just be sweeping it up under the rug because y'all have the most power. We already know this shit. We're not dumb. What the fuck is y'all talking about, man? Y'all just better leave us in the anime community out of the bullshit y'all talking about with some age verification. I'm telling you. Let us watch our anime in peace. I'm telling you, man.
As we all are aware, the Big Beautiful Bill Act has been passed. So if children's safety is the government's concern, why pass a bill that will be a detriment to the children's education, learning, as well as gaining food at the schools or scholarships?
I'm ready to buy music again. I'm over Spotify. I don't want to go back to Apple Music. But how though? How do you buy music and put it on your phone? Because I know back then there was like iTunes. Do people still use iTunes? Or should I get like an iPod or like an MP3 player or something? Like what? How do I go back to buying music? My plan to escape music subscriptions like Spotify and Apple Music. I would like to own music again. I went through a very long period of time of not buying CDs, not buying MP3s. First of all, how do you get the music? I have found some other websites that I think do the job. Quobuzz.com and 7digital.com. Both of those you can buy singles and buy albums. I think some of the albums I bought were like $10 and most of the singles were less than $2. There's like an internet music archive where you can download a bunch of old mixtapes. And then there's the site Bandcamp, where Bandcamp is actually really, really good. I bought a tape from the rapper Logi. I didn't even realize I could download all of the files as well. Other artists like Mike, who is selling a CD, he's selling a vinyl, and you also get the album as digital format. Huge way to support the artist, but also be able to get that MP3 file. The other option, CDs. Me and my wife Saturday morning went to like 3 record stores. Not the greatest method for newer music. That's why something like 7digital, Quobuzz, and even Bandcamp are good for buying more recent music. CDs are good because you can go to your library, thrift shop, Goodwill. I bought an LG DVD writer, also does take CDs as well. Me and my wife's laptops do not have a CD drive. The whole point is I can put the CD on this, open it on my computer, and save all of the files that are on that disc. So once those files are on my computer, I am going to also put them on an external hard drive. I bought a 1 terabyte. So now any CDs that I buy and save them onto my external storage. I did get a MP3 player. It was like $30 to work, walks, and the gym mainly. Technically going to be its own storage as well. So not only will all of my music files be saved on this external hard drive, they'll also be saved on this MP3 player. Doesn't matter about internet, Wi-Fi, doesn't matter if it was taken down somewhere. If we technically bring in that I'll still have the CD if I don't sell it, 3 places. How will I be able to listen to this music and different things anywhere? As long as this plugged into my computer, I will have all of my music accessible on a platform called Plex. Plex basically turns your computer into a server. I can listen to the music on my phone. I don't have to download anything to my phone. And it's basically building my like home database of music. It's basically like building my own iTunes. First attempt of leaving music subscriptions and starting my own music collection, and I'm really, really excited.
He broke it down, didn't he? Y'all go follow him so y'all could keep those tips.
Delete your Spotify account. Delete your YouTube account. Don't play these games with these people. Don't let them play with your emotions. We own this. They don't. You only have a platform because of us. Remember that.
So YouTube is now asking everybody to upload their driver's license to make sure that there's an age verification. Spotify is doing the same. Now, think about this for a second. They want you silenced. They just knock on your door. They don't even have to look you up. They already have all your information. They want to do it to protect the children. Like, share, and repost this as many times as you can. Share with your friends. This is ridiculous. It's in the Constitution. We have the freedom of speech. I understand that there's a child video problem. Get rid of it. You guys haven't gotten rid of it yet. When are you going to start getting rid of it? The whole internet's supposedly full of it if you just look for it. But you want my driver's license? Come on. This is out of control. This is like the book 1984. This is crazy. What are you guys thinking? How are we going to stop this?
Now, he posed a good question. A lot of things that we know things as may not be what it seems. We sign a lot of paper, which are actually contracts, not knowing we are in fact giving our rights away. So to understand who you are is to learn these things, study it, and get to a place that you can stand on who you are. Giving consent limits your rights.
If they start requiring digital ID to use the internet, what are you going to do? Think about it. YouTube, Google, Spotify, maybe even email. If they tie it all to a digital ID and you refuse, you're locked out. But here's the thing, we still have time. The internet wasn't built by big tech, and we don't have to let them own it. Start here. Ditch Gmail for Proton Mail or Tutanota. Use Brave, Tor, or LibreWolf to browse. Switch to Odyssey instead of YouTube. Back up your files on Nextcloud, not Google Drive. They want compliance through convenience, but privacy and freedom are still options if you take them. If we all start migrating now, we weaken their grip. The more people who resist, the harder it is for them to enforce it. Tag someone who still thinks this is a conspiracy. Show them we're building solutions.
I guess I was ahead before I knew it. I have Proton Mail for some years now. The site DuckDuckGo, they changed their policies, so wandering eyes are on that site too, okay? But look into those things, y'all.
We're about to watch our freedom of speech go down the drain. YouTube will now be asking you to upload your identification for age verification. So they're basically saying if the AI feels that you are younger than the appropriate age, they'll ask you to upload your identification. And they're gonna do the same thing with Spotify, but then it's gonna start to roll over to other apps. Right now in other countries, they're doing the same exact thing. But this is where it gets wicked, right? See, we've learned that when they tell you one thing, they're planning something else behind it. And imagine this, you upload your identification, there's a breach. Well, at least they say there's a breach. And they try to put it off on data hackers because that's what they will say, but that will be a lie. They will basically be monitoring everything that you do on these apps, on these platforms. And if you say the wrong thing, they'll silence you. Think about how China is on a point system. If you do the wrong thing, you might not even be able to spend your own money. And that shit gets deep in itself because you might voice your opinion on a topic on social media and they might feel it's wrong. And this rabbit hole gets very, very deep. Think about this. YouTube is one of the biggest search engines on the planet right now. Think about what they can do if they have your actual identification, face, place, everything. See, that's going over a lot of people's heads. It's gonna cause a lot of problems. Mind you, YouTube has been here forever. Why would they start asking for identification now? This is bigger than children just getting on the internet. The voice you have could cause a lot of problems once they have access to all of that information. Trust me, or don't. I'm out.
If you are under the age of 18, you might want to watch this video. In just the last couple of weeks alone, the UK passed a bill that requires everyone to prove their age if they want to access certain sensitive content, which includes apps like Reddit, Discord, X, and Blue Sky. YouTube announced that they will begin to use AI to estimate the age of users in the US so that they can add safeguards to the videos they are recommended. Spotify is rolling out age verification in the UK, which could lead to your account being permanently deleted if you fail the checks. Xbox is rolling out age verification to the players in the UK who have their date of birth on their account set as over 18. And Australia has just backtracked and added YouTube to the list of social media apps that will be permanently banned to everyone under the age of 16 in December. Yeah, and while this all feels very sudden, this is actually the result of years of political pushing to make the internet safer for kids. Currently, in the United States, 24 states have passed online age verification legislation. Canada recently reintroduced age verification bill S-209. France passed similar legislation last year, only for it to be suspended while they investigate whether it matches up with EU legislation. Point is, while the vast majority of people support making the internet less harmful for minors, to make that actually happen, everyone needs to prove their age, not just kids. And so privacy concerns still need to be addressed. But either way you look at it, it seems like the days of using the internet freely, especially if you're under 18, are numbered.
I can't play all the music, but y'all know that cartoon. Unfortunately, I am not aware of doing this. Somebody got to teach me, okay?
To the younger generation, this is how we used to get our music. I know it looked like a science project right now, but bear with me. We had to download a program on our PC that you see to the right of me, and that program was named LimeWire. This method was for the people in the hood and the less fortunate that couldn't buy their music. So we had to get it illegally. Ah shit, cat's out of the hat, don't shoot the messenger. Yes, it was illegal, but there was millions of people on this program. After you would download the music illegally, allegedly, you would later transfer that music into that CD you see right there. We would actually call this term burning CDs. Yo, did you burn that CD for me yet? And finally, the most critical and the most important part to the science project was the Sharpie you see right there. With that Sharpie, we would write the track list right on the CD right there. You know why? Because we wouldn't know the order of the music. We would also use this Sharpie to dedicate CDs to people. Yeah, you heard me right. That was a form of love. That was a gift, me giving you a CD. Taking all of this time and dedication to make you a handcrafted CD. A curated playlist, I believe the terminology is. Now, there was factors to this process. You better hope that your PC did not catch a virus, which I probably caught 5 in my lifetime. You also better hope you have space, because if you do not have enough space, it's gonna take you 5 to 7 hours to burn that CD. You also hope that the CD wasn't scratched, because if the CD was scratched and you try to take the CD and put it in your MP3 player or put it in your car radio and it doesn't work, you have to repeat the process again. Is streaming easier and more convenient? Absolutely. But music does not hit the same like how it did in this era.
I'll tell you right now, I don't give a fuck if the government has my data. If I have to put in my ID to use the apps that I've been regularly using, I'm not going to use those apps anymore. I will knock all this shit over. I will cut that bitch off so fucking bad. I love Spotify. If I have to sign in and put my ID to listen to my music, guess who the fuck is rebooting that laptop from 2006 and burning CDs? If I gotta put my ID to watch YouTube, mainly podcasts, guess who is breaking out that MP3 player and downloading podcasts, burning it like it's 2007? I am a millennial. I'm standing in my truth. And you know what we used to do? We used to pillage the 7 seas through the internet. I've done it at 12 years old. I will do it again. Y'all got me fucked up.
I hope they heard her, because she is standing on business. Remember, certain things that come as a convenience for us is also a detriment. Through contract law, a lot of these companies are supposed to protect our sensitive information. But you see on the news, and every time you get in your mail or your phone, these companies are getting breaches. Really, we have all rights to sue that quote-unquote corporation. If these companies are getting hacked now, imagine what it will be implementing and pushing our IDs in their system. That is not wise, y'all. And we can't move in fear, because fear limits the masses. Remember that. Also, any corporation, any, that requires any form of currency, it is a business. So don't let that government fool you. That's all I have for now. So tell me, what's your take on this? I'm Nikki Girl Next Door. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And you all, be easy.
Rockstar are happy to announce that we will be implementing age verifications ahead of the release of GTA 6.
Age verification? What does that mean?
It means that in order to play GTA 6, you will need to upload a picture of your ID to our third-party database to verify that you're of age to play the game. This is our solution to protect children from mature content.
What? There is no way I'm uploading a picture of my ID to your database just to play GTA 6. That is a huge invasion of privacy.
But how else are we supposed to protect children from mature content?
Parents are the ones who are supposed to protect their children from mature content. It is not the responsibility of the corporation or the government to do that. Just because there's a lot of stupid parents who shouldn't be having kids doesn't mean that you get to invade my privacy. As Mark Twain said, censorship is telling a man that he can't have a steak just because a baby can't chew it.